All right, we got the Team Associated MT8. This truck kind of has a bad reputation, kind of known for being a little weak, having some weak arms, turnbuckles. I noticed it was on sale for $350, $350 for an ace scale 6S ready RTR basher. I couldn't pass it up. I did order some RPM arms for it right off the bat. After I got it, I noticed they sent it with what they call the performance pack. Came with a set of upgraded arms, front and rear, and turnbuckles, along with some shock shields. So it has a Reedy 680 brushless motor, 2100 kV, 6S capable, 150 amp brushless ESC. I did the first upgrade a lot of people do to these. It's only set up for a single battery. It's meant to run 4 or 6S, and they send it with a Dean's connector, which I think is pretty stupid. Most of my batteries use EC5, so I soldered on an EC5 connector. Has a 25 kilogram steering servo. Uses 3 differentials, front, center, and rear. Has an adjustable wheelie bar. Suspension feels pretty nice. A lot of travel, very smooth. All right. Steering's a little slow. I'm gonna start out on 4S. Let's see how she drives. Has lights front and rear. Wheelie's really nice. Those front tires really balloon there. Very peppy for 4S. Strong brakes. Let's get a top speed test in. Wheelie for distance. All right, let's see what we got for a top speed. 45 miles an hour. 4S. Pretty good. Let's mess around a little bit and then we'll toss a 6S in there. Lost signal there. I am using rechargeable batteries. Most of the time I don't. Sorry, plane. Really? So where it lost signal back there, went into the curb, not that fast, broke the hell out of the front bumper. This thing's starting to live up to its reputation. Of course, that's not one of the included upgraded parts they sent with it either. Awesome. So the rear tire's got a lot of positive camber. Looks kind of weird. All right, got it on a 6S battery. Do standing backflips now. It's like it could almost do a standing double. And it's going to be really hard to do a speed test on 6S. But, you know, we're going to give it a shot. Really wish the semi-trailer wasn't here. All right, let's give it a shot. Wow. Those tires were really ballooning on the front. I had it maybe 3/4 throttle before I pinned it full, and it still just flipped over backwards. 46 miles an hour. So only got 1 more mile an hour out of it before it flipped over. Let's give it a few more tries. All right. I don't know if I'm going to get a better speed run in. All right, that's the best I'm going to do. 50 miles an hour. So we did manage to get a little more out of it on 6S. It is just so uncontrollable though. The tires balloon so much. Wants to flip over backwards still, even at 50 miles an hour. Probably best to bash on 4S most of the time, unless you're really into standing backflips. All right, hit up the skate park with the MT8. Probably not the smartest decision given how easy the front bumper broke, tapping that curb at maybe 15 miles an hour. But got to test it out. We're still on the stock arms it came with. We have the upgraded arms and then the RPM arms for when we break these, which I'm pretty sure we will, but let's give it a little test. There goes the rest of the front bumper. No front bumper anymore, even though it really didn't provide much protection to begin with. Well, that broke something. Tried to rotate it into the front flip a little late. Yep, there went one front arm. Well, that didn't take too long. This truck is pretty much living up to its reputation of being made of glass. I was going to change out that arm, but I didn't bring the right tools. Forgot these wheels have a 17mm wheel hex. Didn't bring that wrench, so probably for the best. Get the new bumper, get the arms changed all the way around and see if now this thing is actually useful, worth bringing out to the skate park, because right now it pretty much is not. All right, back out with the Team Associated MT8. I got the replacement bumper on there. I installed the upgraded arms that came with the truck, front and rear, with the little shock protectors. I put it on a Dumbo RC, so hopefully I don't have any issues with it losing signal anymore. That's why I broke the front bumper in the first place. The arms did live up to their reputation of being made of glass. Let's see if these upgraded ones are any better. Ground's a little wet over here. Should be good for some soft landings. I don't think those factory arms would have taken those landings. New arms are holding up pretty good. All right, try out the half pipe. Probably not the smartest thing, but all right. At least it landed on the grass, but I imagine at least the wheelie bar broke on that. Broke something. Well, that's interesting considering it landed on the rear. Let's see what it broke. So it broke the bell crank. That's kind of unusual. I've never really broken one of those before. Alright, so the MT8 really lived up to its reputation of not being very tough. The new upgraded arms held up pretty well. Probably should have came with those stock. But breaking the front bumper and now the bell crank on the steering. Yes, I know my driving isn't that great, but I've had other trucks that have held up to my driving much better. Having 6S that comes with the Dean's connector, there's lots of little things with this truck that are wrong. But for 350 bucks, it's still a pretty good deal in my opinion. I also have the RPM arms for it, if I do happen to break these upgraded stock ones. I'll have to see if I can find an upgraded steering bell crank. Sure, by the time I get it all upgraded and tough, it will still be cheaper than it was brand new. Alright, thanks for watching.